All right, hello STEM Coven, and welcome to day 17 of Mystical Practices for Your Logical Life. And today I want to talk a little bit about ancestor work. So some of us might be called to do ancestor work just to feel a deeper connection with who we are, where we come from, and also possibly to do some healing for ourselves, for the generations that came before us, and for the future generations of our families, because the healing work that we do with our ancestors can kind of help to work through some of these stories that are passed through our families, some of the traumas that our families endured, either experienced or were the perpetrators of, to not continue that cycle going forward. So I think that it is important for us to do ancestor work to both heal ourselves, heal our past, and then heal our future generations. So I'm going to teach you a visualization to meet a well and healed ancestor that can help you on this journey and would like to work with you. You'll also have unwell ancestors, but we're not going to work with those in a helping capacity. There are other things that you can do with the unwell ancestors that I'm not going to cover tonight. So the way that I like to find one of my well ancestors to work with is to sit down in a meditation. So I'll start just by taking a couple of deep breaths, like into the belly, and close my eyes, and then picture myself in a forest. Just any beautiful natural place that you feel comfortable in. It doesn't have to be a forest. I just prefer that. And really ground myself into the open space, into nature. And then I like to take a moment to call in any helping spirits that I'm working with. You can call in angels, guides, any helping spirits that you like to work with. And just set the intention that you would like to meet one of your well and healed ancestors to be a helper in the healing journey in your own life. So once you're settled in the forest and you've set that intention for yourself, you have your guide with you to help you along the path and protect you. Imagine that there are 4 paths laid out around you, kind of like a compass. So in front of you is the path of your mother's family line. To the right is your mother's father. Behind you would be your father's mother's line, and to the left would be your father's line. Now, while we're doing ancestor work, it's not actually important that you know any of your ancestors or that you've met them. We're on this journey to meet the healed ancestors that you do have, and just see what comes up for you. So this is kind of an exercise in trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting what comes up. You don't need to know anything factually in order to do this work. So once you're in that place where you visualize the 4 paths around you, you're going to just see where your energy is pulling you. Like if there's one path that seems really appealing to walk down, and just start walking down that path. So choose one of the paths, choose one of the family lines, and see what comes up. Like I said, this is really an exercise in trusting yourself. And you may have to walk down the path for a little while to find an ancestor who is well or healed. And the way that you'll know that it's a well ancestor is that you're working with is, first of all, the energy of the ancestor. You can kind of feel maybe a icky energy around those that are unhealed. If you find one of those, you just keep walking on. Another way that you'll know is that you can ask the ancestor a question. Ask the ancestor, what are you here for? And the response that you're looking for is to help you. If the response is anything like asking you for something, then that is not a healed ancestor, and you just keep moving along. So once you do find a healed and well ancestor that would like to work with you, you can start asking that ancestor some questions like, what's your name? What time period are you from? Anything that you want to know about this ancestor, or if they have any messages for you right now. And this is really the start of creating an ancestral relationship, and a start of telling your ancestral story and just healing those family lines. So once you've met and talked with your well and healed ancestor who will act as a guide for you throughout your ancestral journey, once you feel complete with the questions you've asked, you can thank that ancestor and kind of set the intention that this relationship has now been formed, and you will be able to be in contact with this ancestor to help you along. So take another couple deep breaths, and you could come out of your visualization, out of your meditation, take a few moments to like ground yourself back in the present time and just know that you are held. Like, these are hands on your back. These ancestors are there to help you. They want to work with you. And this is the start of a really nice practice to just feel more connection and be able to start to heal some of those family lines. So that's it for what I have for today. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like to get the workbook for the mystical practices, you can go to the link in my bio and check that out. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hi, Daddy.
All right. Have a good night.